I meet the founders on a warm, windy evening. There are four of them: Clarissa Padilla, Clara Olivas, Joey Espinoza, and Sandra Mejorado. We're outside Sobeys restaurant in El Centro, where they're getting ready to hold their first meeting of a new group called Queer Social Club. Olivas says their goal for tonight is to bring LGBTQ plus people together for dinner and social activities.
This is our first meeting, so we're out here seeing what's going to happen.
How are you guys feeling?
Fantastic. Excited, very excited. Yeah.
Queer Social Club is one of two new organizations that the four founders are currently working to start. They're also working to start another group called Queer Casa. For both organizations, Padilla says they want to focus on creating new supportive places, which they feel like are missing in the Valley.
A lot of work to be done. There's a lot of resources that are missing. There's a lot of people that aren't being served. And what I would like to accomplish with Queer Casa and Queer Social Club is to create the visibility to be able to uplift and empower residents here in Imperial County that are queer.
These new groups mark a change for the Imperial Valley. For decades, this region, a mostly rural farming county, hasn't been a welcoming place for LGBTQ plus people. For years, there's only been one dedicated organization, the Imperial Valley LGBT Resource Center.
You'd be hard-pressed to someone say that they're happy to be trans in Imperial County.
Raul Ureña was the first openly trans mayor of Calexico, the county's second largest city. For Ureña, it wasn't until she left the valley to go to college in Santa Cruz that she was able to embrace her gender identity more freely.
And then I get to college and I just want to wear makeup and like dresses and heels, and I feel in the safety of my colleagues at UC Santa Cruz.
The Imperial Valley has become somewhat more accepting over time. LGBTQ plus candidates have started winning campaigns for public office, including Ureña, who was elected in 2020. In the last few years, though, there's been another shift. Across the country, experts who study extremism say there's been a movement to restrict LGBTQ plus rights, and the rights of trans people in particular, driven by anti-LGBTQ plus activists, the Trump administration, and far-right legislators. R.G. Cravens is a senior research analyst at the Southern Poverty Law Center.
These groups started to organize around that goal, to use trans identity to wedge apart everybody else, right? Because when you wedge apart coalitions that stand for civil rights, then you leave a vacuum.
Across California, reports of hate crimes and violence against trans people have risen, including in the Imperial Valley. In 2020, a trans woman named Marilyn Cazares was found dead in Brawley. Her family called it a hate crime, sparking local protests. That year was one of the deadliest on record for trans Americans, according to the Human Rights Campaign. The Valley has also seen other high-profile actions, like when a recall campaign in Calexico removed Ureña from office last year. And when, more recently, the Imperial Valley LGBT Center rebranded, removing the letters LGBT from its name. For some, like Ureña, those incidents have made it hard to stay in Imperial County. This past November, she ran for city council again. But after losing, the former mayor left Calexico and has since moved to San Diego.
As soon as I lost the second election, I felt like it was very clear that my gender identity and its presentation was an obstacle. One as an activist knows when they have to choose self-preservation.
Still, Ureña and other advocates remain hopeful about the future of the Valley's community. These new organizations, Queer Casa and Queer Social Club, are still in their early days. But that need for people to leave to have a place where they feel safe or welcome is what they hope to change. Here's Padilla.
And that's part of what we're trying to accomplish here is in-person connection, in the Valley connection, and not just, oh, well, you can go on a message board. No, you can come and be with us and find your community that will support you, uplift you, help you live a happy, fulfilling, thriving life here in Imperial County.
A couple weeks after that first Queer Social Club event, I meet with Padilla again to hear how it went. They say it was electrifying.
I felt it collectively. You know, it wasn't just a lightning strike for me. It was a thunderstorm and everybody was on fire. Everybody was passionate. Everybody was saying, how can I help? What can I do? When's the next one?
It felt, Padilla seemed to be saying, that people had been waiting for a place like this. In El Centro, Kori Suzuki, KPBS News.